Leadership is not a skill, it's a burden most men avoid. Leadership is not some trendy buzzword. It's not a course. It's not a bullet point on your resume. And it damn sure isn't a crown you wear, it's a weight you carry. Real leadership isn't about power. It's about responsibility. And most men? They run from it. They avoid it, mask it, distract themselves from it. Because deep down, they know the truth. Leadership will cost you. It will break you before it builds you. It will isolate you before it elevates you. And it will force you to face every part of yourself that still isn't ready. Leadership is not a skill, it's a burden. Because to lead is to bleed first. To lead is to walk alone through storms, while others stay dry and complain from the sidelines. To lead is to take the hit for everyone, even when they don't thank you. To lead is to sacrifice comfort for clarity, pleasure for purpose. And most men aren't built for that. Not because they can't be, but because they won't choose it. Because leadership means you can't point fingers anymore. You can't blame your parents, your past, your environment, your bad luck. When you're a leader, everything is your fault. And everything is your responsibility. That's terrifying for the average man. He would rather be told what to do than decide what to do. He would rather be liked than respected. He would rather be seen as nice than become someone people can actually depend on. Here's the truth they don't teach you. Leadership begins with self-mastery. You don't lead others by yelling louder or pretending to be perfect. You lead them by controlling yourself in a world where most men are controlled by everything around them. Controlled by lust. Controlled by fear. Controlled by ego. Controlled by weakness. If you can't lead yourself out of bed in the morning without hitting snooze 5 times, what makes you think you're ready to lead others? If you can't lead your own thoughts out of negativity, laziness, and victimhood, what makes you think you can inspire anyone? Leadership starts in the dark. No cameras. No audience. No applause. Just you, your demons, and your discipline. Most men avoid leadership because it forces them to confront their inner coward. The part of you that wants to be liked by everyone. The part of you that fears being misunderstood. The part of you that would rather watch others rise than risk failing yourself. But here's the paradox. The very thing you fear is the only thing that will set you free. Because leadership isn't about leading others for you. It's about becoming so solid, so stable, so anchored in truth, that others can lean on you in the storm, and not see you flinch. Not because you're emotionless. Not because you're perfect. But because you've trained your mind to carry the weight most men avoid. Leadership is a choice. And it's made in moments most men ignore. When you're exhausted, but someone needs you to show up. When you want to react in anger, but you choose to respond with strength. When quitting would feel easier, but you tighten your grip instead. When no one is watching, but your standards are. That's leadership. Not loud. Not flashy. Not viral. Just a man who does what is necessary, over and over again, without being told. A man who leads not for praise, but because he knows that if he doesn't rise, everything around him falls. Here's what they won't tell you. Leadership will cost you friendships. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you popularity. You will outgrow men who still play games. You will walk away from circles that gossip more than they grind. You will be misunderstood, even by those you care about. But that's the price. And once you pay it, something shifts. You stop chasing people. You stop explaining yourself. You stop diluting your purpose to make others feel okay about wasting theirs. You become a standard. A force. A rare man who doesn't just exist, but commands presence when he enters the room. Not because he's loud, but because he's earned his silence. Most men want the rewards of leadership without the responsibility. They want respect, without results. They want loyalty, without sacrifice. They want status, without the suffering it takes to build something real. But real leadership is built in the trenches. In the late nights, the hard talks, the tough choices. In holding the line when your emotions beg you to fold. In choosing what's right, not what's easy. It's not a crown. It's a cross. And most men will never carry it. But you were built for it. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't feel this message in your bones. So let me tell you what no one else will. You don't become a leader when others call you one. You become a leader when you start living like one. Even if no one notices. Final truth. The world doesn't need more men chasing clout. It needs more men who can carry weight. More men who don't just talk, but build. More men who lead not because they want power, but because they refuse to watch everything collapse in silence. So if you feel the call, answer it. If you've been hiding, rise. If you've been waiting, stop. Because the weight will always be there. But now, it's time to carry it like a man. Leadership isn't a skill. It's a burden. And it's yours now. Carry it well.